So in 2002, you released your debut solo album, right? Relax, Relate, Release. The album featured Sadat X, Pharoah Monch, Organized Confusion. Now, what is your mindset going into this now that you're a solo artist for the first time?
I had to prove a point and show my worth. And that was a very personal record. My father had passed away. As you can see in the artwork, my son was in the artwork at the time, and dealing with him with autism, going to school. So it was a lot going on with that record. And it was like, the reason why I call it Relax, Relate, and Release, because it was really like my therapy, with all the things that was going on. To be doing that record helped me out a lot. It gave me something to focus on.
I want to ask you about the song Questions and Answers, because the concept is amazing, right? The back and forth between you and Chaos is just fire. Like on the first verse, you're talking about, let me tell you about the days when your favorite rapper or favorite MCs had no radio play, right? No major radio play. Like, what were you thinking about when you were writing this?
Well, I wanted Chaos to do the song with me, because I had a vision of a kid, me talking to a kid. So I made him play the part of the kid and give a little bit of some explanation of what people may assume rappers are like, or how we move, but then actually just telling the story of how it really is, and the industry, and in a way of where I can say all of this to the kid, but then he's like still confused because if this is the way it's supposed to be, why is it not? And then I got to explain that. How would that be? Everything like that goes with that. But that was what I was trying to get across. And that was the first time Chaos did any rapping, anything. Right. So, and he was laughing at his stuff. Yo, look at my voice, yo. What's the fuck? So that was funny doing that, but it came out good.
And I think that it was dope because it's kind of like echoing what we were talking about earlier, right? Like some of the stuff you're saying, and there's like originality was key. Like you really had to show your skill on the mic. How do you feel that song has aged now?
Still, I got a few songs like that, and even when Wade Skills that when me and Tame to do that, it was like we made that song in '96, and it still applies today because the same thing still happening, just in a different different multiverse or something like that. So like, I just feel like we are reporters. We tell what's going on the street and what's inside the game. So, like, I felt like making that song was something I would want my son to hear. And he would understand it because he know who I am. My son's 22 now. So he understands who I am as an artist. Back then, he wouldn't have understood who that person was. But because he's my son, he know who I am as a person. Everybody else don't. So I feel like, these songs age well when it's topics of such, because it, we all care about it. So to hear it like that, the nostalgia of it and the names, that's what make it good too.
I think what's so dope is that when you did this song, we were coming out of, how they used to say Diddy introduced the shiny suits and all that stuff like that. But pop, hip hop became even more pop at this time when you put out the song. And now from that time period where you put out the song till now, it's like
hip hop is still playing today, and it apply.
Right. It's even more now, right? Like hip hop is pop culture, really.
Right.
Like they set the tone on everything.
Yeah.
For sure, man. But how do you feel that first debut album for you, that solo album, came out? Were you satisfied with the project?
Yes, I was I was just nervous about it. So much so where, I remember mixing the songs and just hoping that people were going to like it. And then it wound up being that be true. So much so, like when I did the second one, When I got the Fat Beast and I was with them, and they was like, "Yo, whatever you made with that last one, L, it was so personal. Just fuck all that. Just black out on this next one." And that's when the Unusual came. And it was like how he said, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think about saying that too personal. Everybody heard everything I said on that last record. Let me just make a bunch of hot tunes on this one.
But I think that's dope that you were able to make a personal album though. Like, it's even if like that's not generally where you would go to. Like, I feel like artists should have something like that though.
Yeah, you're right. Because when I did it, I was like, all right, I ain't doing that again. I was like, I heard enough of that. Let me get, but like when dudes at Fat Beats said that, I was already going in that direction because I had already started recording songs already. So that they was right to say that.